you ever heard someone say that humans use only 10% of our brains and that the other 90% is untapped potential? Well, while it is true that intelligence can be enhanced through a variety of methods, such as studying or even having a proper diet, the claim that we use only 10% of our brains is completely false. The myth may have started by Harvard psychologist William James in the 1890s with the statement that the average man only develops 10% of his latent mental ability. This was used to explain the brilliance of child prodigy William Sidis. However, both the claim and the percentage were completely fabricated. It could be reasoned that if 90% of the brain is unused, then damage to those unused areas should not impair normal brain functioning. Phineas Gage was an American railroad construction foreman who in 1848 was involved in a rock blasting accident that resulted in a large iron rod being driven through his head, destroying most of his left frontal lobe. Miraculously, he was able to survive this, and was able to stand up and walk with little or no assistance almost immediately after the accident. While being examined by a physician who arrived on the scene, Gage vomited and threw up almost half a teacup of brain. As time went on, Gage's condition improved, and he was able to walk around freely, and the pain in his head eventually alleviated. However, Gage's friends noticed immense changes in his personality, and even remarked that he was no longer Gage. In modern times, people who believe in psychic powers have tried to explain them by purporting that we only use 10% of our brains, and that by tapping into the other 90%, one can gain psychic powers. James Randi is a paranormal investigator and has challenged individuals who claim to have psychic powers to take a test to prove their claims, offering $1 million if their powers are real. However, to this date, not a single person has ever demonstrated psychic powers under controlled laboratory conditions. If it were true that humans only use 10% of our brains, then our bodies supporting 90% of unused brain matter would be a huge waste of energy from a maintenance point of view. Our bodies do whatever it takes in order to conserve energy, so natural selection would have almost certainly eliminated the unused brain matter. If there is inactivity in a certain part of our bodies will stop using energy to maintain those areas. This is why our muscles suffer from atrophy if we are bedridden, or do not exercise enough. Even our skin will decay if kept in a cast for too long. If it were true that we do not use 90% of our brain, those areas would almost certainly suffer from degeneration. Brain imaging technologies have shown activity in all parts of the brain, even when one is sleeping. Only in cases where there is brain damage does activity cease. So now you know better, and that was Enigma Hood's greatest misconception.